of me. I've been working in PHP 22 years. I just muck about with it now, sort of. I retired back in February. So, anyway, what am I talking about tonight? Well, everyone uses PHP for business applications, as we know, and it's all a bit serious, isn't it? So, what if we were to think of it as using it another way? What about writing games with it? Yeah? And I used to write games a long time ago for like 8-bit machines and things like that. And I always thought, could I do something with PHP? And then you think, well, hang on a minute, it's a scripting language. You know, you just run it and that's it, it's finished. It's not going to do anything for you, really. But think about it, you know, it can still do things like turn-based event stuff. So whether that be chess or whether it be some sort of venture game or other things like that. You could think of things like that. So if I go back to a long way ago and try and find my tab I want, I think I've got another one. Back in long time ago, I don't know if anyone ever remembers these, you used to get these fighting fantasy books written by Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone, who are now the proud owners of Games Workshop. And basically what it was basically a book, and you had 2 dice, and when you opened it, it said you starting, and it gave you a couple of options. And you chose the option, and it said now go to page whatever, and you were going forwards and backwards and forwards, and then you had to fight and roll dice and things like that. And I always thought, well, it'd be lovely to write one of those at one point, but then how do you construct it? Where do you store everything? And sooner or later you just think, well, it's just too much. Why am I even bothering? Yeah? So let's come up to now the modern age, and we're now lucky enough to have AI tools. Okay? So the case is, well, I thought, wow, I just sat around the other day, I thought, what if I was to ask Claude to rustle me up something? Would it work? Yeah? Now, I've done some already, but I'm just going to quick go now and just see if I can get anything going on it. So I'm going to go into Claude and say, can you make me a hangman game? Let's try hangman in PHP. Let's try that as a prompt. Hopefully this will run quite quick. Okay, so step by step, and you can see it produces the code for you with the words as you'd expect, and hopefully as it's PHP you should be able to run it directly inside Claude itself. Okay, now it's not going to be pretty, because remember we've only given it one prompt. It's not going to produce anything absolutely gorgeous in JavaScript, okay, but it will give us something. Okay, so just bear with me there. Come on, I don't want it really complicated, Claude. All right.
We're all spotting with red flags in this
Okay, so I think it's just about done. Oh, and it should produce something. Come on, show me it, don't you? So, what I could do is take that code. Normally it shows it do it, and just copy it. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll just copy it into a file for now. Normally it runs it directly, but I'll just dump it into somewhere. So, into my sandbox, for example. Okay, and now, hopefully, we've got somewhere I can just and there you've got a hangman game. I think it's, you know, it's not going to be exactly pretty, is it? That's pretty awful, to be honest. But just with a quick prompting, you can get something up and running. So with something that quick, what if you want to go a bit further? So I mentioned the Fighting Fantasy game books as such. So this was Warlock of Firetop Mountain, and I asked Claude to convert that into a game. You can imagine what Claude said. He said, get lost, that's copyrighted. Okay? But it did say, well, I've got some ideas, I'll put something together for you, do you want to do that? And I thought, yeah, give it a go. Give it a go. So what did it come back with? It came back with something called the Tower of Shadows. Okay? And you can see that what it's got is basically, begin your adventure, and you've got your skill, your stamina, your luck, your gold, a pretty image. The quest begins, and you can see here, what do you want to do? Do you want to go through the main gates, or do you want to try a side entrance? So again, you can click on there, and you're into a dark courtyard apparently. And now you've got two skeletal warriors emerge, and now you can play the game as in simulating the victory, or simulate the fight to see if you win or lose. Okay? This time I'm victor. But very quickly, the game can be put together, and you can extend it, you can put your images, or maybe store it all into a database instead, and just go a bit further, just with some extra prompting, or maybe just doing it yourself. I also asked Claude to put together a chess game, and it came up with that, which is quite nice because, as you can see, when you click on things, it actually shows you where you can go as well. So there is a bit of intelligence to it. So I can click on there, there's my move. Yeah. I'm player versus player at the moment, but there is the ability to do new game versus AI. So I can click. It's only jumping up because the resolution's not very good on the screen. But normally it fits on one page, and you can see now the AI has kicked in and done its own move. So that was about 2 prompts worth, to be honest. I just said I wanted some JavaScript front end to make the things look pretty, and it did everything for me. Okay, so again, you can go to that. I said, could you please give me a piano? And it put together a 61 key piano. I didn't want 88 keys, it doesn't fit on the page. But you've got a 61 key piano, you know, just a standard thing. And I can't hear the sound. Oh, because I turned it off. All right, give me sound, please. What fun, huh? So you got all that, and again, all put together PHP and JavaScript. Okay? So there's the things you can do. And just to finish off, I hope this has given you some ideas. Of course, remember now, you've got things like native PHP, okay? Newer stuff. So let's see if I can do something from the command prompt. See what happens if I do an artisan serve here. Come on, fetch the dependencies. I hope this doesn't take too long. Oh, here we go. Come on.
Suspense.
And there you go. So I hope that gives you some ideas on things you can muck about with PHP that aren't serious. Thank you.